There we go. We're live. We are live. Let's see. How can I make this bigger? There we go. Give hopefully some people show up. Otherwise, I'm just going to start talking. I see somebody showed up. I'm not sure who that is. Give it a few minutes for people to kind of trickle in. I don't think we're going to have a huge crowd. What's going on, everyone? It is a crappy day outside. Kind of rainy. Let's see. I'm very new to this whole YouTube streaming thing because I was trying to do it from my phone, but Padre Piper informed me that you can't do that unless you have like 1 million subscribers. So, which I do not. So I had to figure out something quick with this laptop. I have a MacBook that hopefully the audio is okay. I have no clue. So if you can't hear me, well, it's probably the last time I'm going to do it on the MacBook anyway, because I'm going to have to get a webcam or something like that. I'm not sure how good the audio and video is on this thing. But the video looks pretty good so far. Let me see. I'm very naive when it comes to the features of this thing. Obviously, it seems fairly simple. Just click the stream button and you go live. And BRTV. Anybody can just like comment and say like, "Well, Mark, we can hear you. Your voice comes through." That will be helpful. I'm gonna start talking about the beast in what time is it? I was gonna do it at 10:15. No, I'm not, Phil. If I'm upside down, we got some problems. Why don't you just turn your phone or whatever you watch, just turn that upside down, and you'll be good. Hello, Walter. Look, it's 10:13. I was gonna light my pipe up in around 10:15. I don't know if Padre's coming. I told them the time I was going to try to go live, and must be doing some church stuff. All right. So I was wrong in my previous video. I thought the Beast came out last year. That was like 5 years ago. Huh. Yeah. I hope if you read live chat, Phil's being funny. Yeah, so the Beast apparently was released in I think 2016 was the first release and hasn't shown up since. This is the first release since, so maybe it is a good collector's item. I don't know. Maybe you should have bought some. Cracking it open now so I can take a whiff. Ooh, smell from here. Hold on. Ooh, it's dark. Yeah, you know, I agree with you, Phil. I'm a little afraid of it too. It's got like a you know what it reminds me of? I mean, it's 51% Perique, right? So I smell I smell Perique. Like it's a hefty dose of Perique. But what it reminds me of, and this is a small little side story, is Mark Ryan, who is the owner and proprietor of the St. James Poche Perique factory in St. James, Louisiana, down there in Convent. Um, he came to the New Orleans Pipe Club. We had a meeting. It must have been about 3 years ago now that he was able to come to, and he brought with him some Perique that they had been working on. I'm not sure if this is public knowledge. I have no clue. And I don't think I'm breaking any kind of NDA by disclosing any of this because he didn't like, hey, you need to not talk about this. But they were working on a Perique that was Perique, but then they took the Perique and smoked it, kind of like a dark fired Kentucky. So this reminds me a lot of that because he gave us like a big old bag of it, like shredded up and stuff, so we could use it and just like play with it. But he also gave me some like full leaves of it as well. I have that in a jar. I should have brought that up. I didn't even think about it. But I have that in a jar in the house in my cellar. Big old leaves, and I need to get like a little like a tobacco shredder, so I can shred it up and try to work with it because it smells amazing. It smells just like this, like earthy kind of. I don't smell any of the spiced rum. Just get like an earthy Perique, musty, fermenty, rotting fruit kind of smell. Yeah, that's gonna be a powerhouse. I went through the tobaccoreviews.com, like review section a little bit on this. I thought it was more highly reviewed than I guess it was. They got a lot of 2 stars. Like people didn't really care for it overall. Some guy said he like, oh, I opened a tin at the Country Squire in Jackson and just left it there as like a sampler because it was terrible. Okay. Oh man. Okay, so I'm gonna pack this pipe and give this a go because I don't want to be in here. I got something I got to do at 11 anyway. So this ain't gonna be an hour, guys. Don't you gotta block out the whole hour for me. Like let's say like 20 minutes max. This table is very precariously. It's like really shaky, but I don't want to. I got nowhere else to pack this. Some guy said this was really wet. I'm not getting that. It's actually pretty dry. As is typical with Cornell and Diehl. Does anybody else had this? I know Phil is afraid of the beast, but what about anybody else? Anybody else had this particular blend? Please share your thoughts before I kill myself with this. I pack a half bowl. Oh, I wonder if there's like a little green thing that. Where is the mic on this damn computer? I have no idea. YouTube, you suck. The fact that I can't do this from my phone is really, really infuriating. I hope you know that. I think that's your goal anyway, is to parse people off of YouTube, especially up and comers. Where's she something? Hello. Where's the? I'm trying to figure out where the mic is so I can like talk directly at it because I don't. I have a strange feeling that like nobody can hear me. I'm sure you can, because otherwise Phil would have said something like, "Oh, you're upside down." This is a Peterson strand, a rusticated. I have all three of them. They're collectible. I have three of them. I got the rusticated, I got the smooth, and I got the sandblasted. Me too, Phil. I got the aquariums right over here. I got to dry off every time I move my hand. So far, it's not as strong, like flavor wise, as I was kind of expecting. Though it is kind of ramping up a little bit. It's okay, there it is. It's got like this pepper kind of note in the back of the throat. Not a whole lot of flavor. Even on the retrohale, I get like a musty, kind of really earthy note. And I try not to get into notes too much because taste is extremely subjective. People, everybody has different tastes, and everybody's going to taste something different potentially. So I'm not going to say I taste like mushroom farts and gnome feet and crusty toenails. Very well might. I'll have to pay attention to what I put in here next because I mean, it doesn't really taste like it's got a ghosting character. So I like not like Captain Black Grape. You open the pouch of that, you're like, this is going to ghost literally everything it touches. This I don't get that from this, but I guess we'll see. I'm curious to see what the nicotine is going to do because I don't is Perique like a high nicotine tobacco? I'm not really familiar with the nicotine content of Perique. I know like Virginias usually are, but and Latakias are particularly, generally speaking, kind of light on the nicotine. I think my neighbors are out and about in their backyard. Being nosy. Don't get a whole lot of the spiced rum. I don't. That doesn't translate very well. I get a lot of the Perique, and that's pretty much it. This isn't this isn't like smoking straight Perique, but it's close. I'm gonna show it. And that's all like the same color. So it's got 51% doesn't say 51%, but with research, 51% Acadian Creek. They got a little red Virginia Cavendish. That probably kind of just balances out a little bit, gives it a touch of sweetness. Black Cavendish, probably unflavored Black Cavendish. And DFK, Dark Fired Kentucky. Which isn't really coming through, though. It is in the smell, like in the tin note. I get that Dark Fired Kentucky smell. Absolutely. Yeah, I mean it's there for sure. Dark Fire. It doesn't smell like Perique. It doesn't not Perique. Latakia. Like it's not like a campfire woodsy. It's like a, I don't know how to describe Dark Fire Kentucky. It's like a, isn't it typically a burley? I think, but it's kind of a nutty, kind of like if you smoke some peanuts or something. So hopefully next week, this is probably the last video I'm going to do for this week. I plan to do maybe 2 videos a week. I'll probably do like 2 in one day, and then like stagger the release, so I'm not having to like worry about trying to do 2 videos in separate points in a week. It might be a little bit better for my my schedule. And the little one, she's she's sick as a dog. She woke up last night at like 4, this morning at 4 with a full blown congestion and weeping eyes and can't breathe. And I'm like, oh Jesus. I'm surprised she's being as good as she is right now. She's literally right behind me behind these doors in her little playpen. If she was screaming, you'd hear her. But probably not gonna. I'll probably end this in about a minute or 2. Yeah, I'll cap it out at 20 minutes. But I think I'm just from first impressions. I'm not going to do any kind of like formal review on pipe tobacco. I don't. Again, taste is subjective. I'm really not good at that kind of stuff. So stick with my forte. I'll talk about it, but that's about it. I wouldn't rush out and get this. I'd like to see how it ages. I'm glad I bought a few tins. I didn't buy 10. I did buy 3. So I'm hoping to see in a couple of years how it develops, if it develops at all. Hopefully it's better than this, because this is not, like, as far as first impressions go, this is kind of underwhelming. I was kind of expecting a little more of that rum. I was kind of expecting a little more of that rum to come through, and it's not. So unfortunately, it's not my favorite. I'm gonna jar it, give it a few months and maybe come back to it. Nicotine wise, it is. I'm starting to feel a little bit. Though mixed with the coffee, I'm probably not going to get an accurate read on that. We'll see how it goes the pipe. It may very well do that. So anyway, thank you for the 2 people that are still here. Thank you for sticking around for a few minutes. Just wanted to pop on a live and kind of see how it works out. See if it works for me. Looks like it might, but again, I don't like the laptop. I don't like that I'm relegated to having to use a laptop. That really bugs me. So I may get a webcam. But again, that's still the same. I still have to pull out a laptop, set it up. Thankfully, the wireless is strong enough to catch me out here, so I don't have to like get sync it up with my phone or something like that. That would be way too much. But I'm still able to be outside. And we'll see. Maybe I'll do another live next week. I don't know. I know I'm going to try to do some. I got some content I want to kind of start going through and talking about. So, going to start with that, and we'll see if the other live videos pan out. I don't know if there's a good day for any of this, but thank you, Phil. Thank you. I'm glad to know at least it looks and sounds good because according to my little green dots right there, my mic isn't picking up crap. So if you say it is, I will trust your judgment. And of course, I'm going to go back and watch it because I won't know otherwise exactly if I need to tweak something. But I don't know if I can get like a lavalier, one of those little lavalier mics on this thing. I know you're not a huge fan of those, but try to maybe get it over here, down here, so it's not picking up every swish and gurgle. Anyway, thanks for showing up. Thanks for hanging out for a few minutes. I'll be back next week, at the very least. So anyway, y'all have a good day, and we'll see you soon. Later. Apparently I have to end the stream because if it don't end it, it doesn't end.